Sierra Leone's prison population has grown over the last decade. A system built for less than 2,000 now holds over 4,000 prisoners, many awaiting trial. I am Antonia Howard, and I've been given access to 3 prisons across the country. This is the Freetown Mill Correctional Center. It is the oldest and largest prison in Sierra Leone. Constructed for 324 prisoners decades ago, the facility now holds almost 2,000. Inside, cells measuring 6 by 9 feet hold 5 or more prisoners. Lack of proper toilet facilities force prisoners to use buckets as toilets. Over 50% of men here are either on trial or waiting to be tried.
I get paper 3 months from work in 2012. I get paper 3 months, I start for go court. So 6 years or months now I go court. Without no judgment, no nothing progress about my case.
Let me say within 90 days I expect to get my indictment. When it's about 7 to 8 months now, I still wait for my indictment.
Human rights organizations have long criticized the justice system. Bathen Bangura is the Chief Detention Officer for Prison Watch Sierra Leone, a local NGO.
When they go to court at times, they will assign to a particular judge, but they don't normally have sittings. There are no sittings. And others, in fact, we do have sittings. The judge go there and don't adjourn. They keep adjourning them or without court sittings. And so the man is attending court, but no trials. And this can last for a period of more than 1 year, as the case may be. And when we talk about those awaiting indictment, there are people here that have been awaiting their indictment for over 2 years.
From 2013, we are the only inside full uniform.
Yes, sir. We're going to court every day. We're going to court to know the seat.
So this one great matter. If I can tell you, from 2012 to now, I don't change 5 state council. I don't change 3 judges. Yeah, from 2012 to now. So I can say, like, say, the judiciary is still poor towards the matters here. Because why are for there? You not found me guilty in charges where you charge me for. I'm still there.
They say I court business. Now delay.
Many of these men have completely lost confidence in the justice system. The right to access justice is promised in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, to which Sierra Leone is a signatory. But in reality, close to 60% of prisoners in the country spend up to a year in custody waiting to be tried. One of the longest-serving prisoners had spent up to 10 years in custody without a trial. Yusufu Kamara and 2 others were remanded in 2009. After experiencing a stroke in prison, he is now partially paralyzed. He lives with his sister, Kadiyatu Kamara.
When you are sick, you want hand, you want food, then the aid, even in memory self.
I go to now. I did now say, you know, say, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, you know, say,
if you make count and now court, sometimes every case may for be all kind of, but they make out and court. The people that would be they go meet for only infecting case. They say they need a same file.
Nothing man Sam. I 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, 6 year, 7 year, 8 year, 9 year, 10 years, Sam. Nati manono, Sam. Nati manono.
One of those remanded on the same matter as Yusufu died in custody. Yusufu was released through Legal Aid Board, an institution set up to provide legal services to those who can't afford it. On most days, their waiting room is packed with people seeking legal advice, signaling the high demand for justice, a scarce commodity. Cecilia Tucker is the legal aid manager, and she oversees all matters the institution takes up. She explains Yusufu's case.
The registrar in that court at that particular year was transferred to another court. And so during that process, the depositions got missing. And so we could not trace the depositions.
Yusufu and another were released on habeas corpus, a law which permits a detained person to be brought before a judge. Many are still waiting to be tried. 5 in 10 prisoners in Sierra Leone have not been convicted. At the Bowmill Correctional Center, music is used for recreation. The adults' literacy school here is under-resourced. The center holds more than 3 times its capacity.
Previously, this center was built for 83 inmates, which is a normal capacity, right? But that now it houses apparently 300.
It is lunchtime and prisoners are collecting their rations. They are served rice and greens, a local dish. "90% of prisoners here have not been convicted. Some have been in court over 60 times.
We always go courts. Either they say judge no day or states no day. That's the great problem at the courts. At 26 months, this is why they appear courts. Complainer no they go.
The judiciary need to buck up. At least, if they engage the inmates on their cases very fast, then here will not be populated, right? Because considering one man being here for 3-4 years, awaiting indictment, and the inmate you are interviewing has already gone to court 71 times.
I don't left mama don't die. I don't left place don't born. Yes. At the same time, freedom sees no way no day for move. No way no day.
In McCaney, northern Sierra Leone, the Mill Correctional Center is one of the smallest in the country. It has only 5 cells. Each cell holds no less than 30 prisoners.
The capacity of this McCaney Correctional Center is 80. As at this interview, we are talking about 217 inmates. That tells you we are suffering from overcrowding.
Poor ventilation and the lack of space to treat sick prisoners cause diseases to spread easily.
We have problem with chickenpox. So those that are suffering from chickenpox are now being segregated from the others. Sometimes we allow few to sleep in the hospital. Sometimes we look at the possibility of one of them or few of them to sleep at the corridor here or in the hospital, as the case may be.
At the infirmary, there are 2 beds and 1 nurse on duty.
What's in your face?
Traffic.
Remand prisoners from 4 other towns are sent here because the only high court in the northern region is in this town. It sits just outside the prison complex. However, this makes very little difference to the speed of trials.
Yeah, 3 months complete, rapid. No complainants, no evidence, no exhibits. Just I join me. Say they can change the judge with the first scout, then bring another judge back. When in come, now one thing called me case to court. Then when I go to court, I consider only come back inside, no call me case. I join me back. From when they bring inside now, no go court again, then they can change here.
There are 19 correctional centers in the country. 14 are overcrowded. And though prohibited by law, there are speculations that minors are frequently imprisoned with adult offenders in these facilities. Sierra Leone's justice system is fraught with many challenges. Among them, a high dependence on handwritten documentation.
Because of the old archaic system of the judiciary, you have to get the court registers are basically in custody of these files, while these files are at the magistrate court. So it is for these court registrars to get the files from their various magistrate courts to the criminal registry. And the criminal registrar in turn will forward these files, these depositions, to the law officers department.
The Law Officers Department prosecutes criminal matters on behalf of the state. Ismond Gakwi, the Director of Public Prosecution, says a lack of resources in the justice sector contributes to overcrowding in the country's prisons.
If you have lesser court and the crime rate is high, one judge sitting over 500 cases, how long is he going to finish off those 500 cases? If we want to resolve all of this, then it means we have to increase the number of judges, number of magistrates, number of court, and of course state council.
Currently, there are 44 state councils and 16 high court judges in Sierra Leone, catering to a population of over 7 million. The judiciary says the system is improving.
It's not in the interest of justice what happened to Ibrahim Macaulay and that of Yusuf and the other gentleman that died. But we said these are issues, they were issues that we have addressed them, and we pray that they will not repeat themselves again. We have improved our recording system, and we have also, like I said, we have commenced the prison court. And there are more that we have to do.
Administrative improvements in the judiciary might help speed up trials. But Sierra Leone's antiquated legislation, which prescribes stiff penalties for minor offences, may pose a threat to these developments.
We get people who get 100,000 leones case. If you can believe now, they don't take over months or years here for 100,000 leones. Say this man thief 100,000. Then get people here, we get 1 million case. Then charge the high court, they spend years here.
There is prospect for change. The country has new bail and sentencing regulations to reduce pre-trial detention, and plans to relocate the Freetown prison and review the criminal procedure law are underway. But for Yusufu and his family, nothing can change the past.
I cry. You see, because when they ask her, if now that is, they talk fine. So go tell government to let, do again to other person, fine.